What's up, everybody? Welcome to Geeks with Wives and Capes, episode 79. And as always, I'm your host, Darth Sparrow, and we're kind of lonely tonight because tonight you get the pleasure of being joined by just me
Oh,
and
so
Casey.
lonely. Oh, so lonely.
Yes, there's no one here. I'm all alone except for me and you. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? We're ladyless tonight. We thought we were
Yeah,
gonna have two lovely ladies on tonight, and we're down to zero.
just us. Hey, sorry, sucks to be you guys listening and watching.
I know. Lowest rated episode ever.
Ever. Sorry. Womp womp womp. But anyways, I'm sure we're gonna have fun anyways, man, like we always do, because we're awesome. And in the beginning, it was just me and you. Remember?
Yeah, it was. Those were dark, dark times.
I know. Before the Empire.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
was it dark before the Empire?
I guess I don't know. There's
I
some
don't
kind
see
of
how
line
that
about
works out.
Yeah, I'm confused too. But anyways, yeah, we're a little late tonight, friends, because being as we run everything on computers, sometimes computers don't want to cooperate. So, but we made it. We're here, and let's talk some geeky stuff. What should we talk about first tonight, man? Should we talk about news first, since there was some big news? I'm sure everybody's talked about it a million times.
Hold on. Let's first. We had a guest planned for tonight. I was really excited about it.
Yeah.
So I do want to plug her, and just if she does hear this or pops on all of magically,
Yeah.
everyone go check out Living Dead Clothing. It's basically like geek-inspired female like attire, like leggings and skirts, and it's all really nice, really well made, colorful, bright, and very, very comic booky.
Yeah.
Everything is comic book inspired. So I'm really saddened that Taryn's not going to be here to talk about that. But everyone go check out it's. Oh, Will, you're going to help me out. livingdead.au.com.
.com.au.
Oh, close. Fuck, I was real close.
You were right there, buddy. You
Just
almost
search
had it.
Living Dead Clothing and you'll find it, I'm sure.
Yes,
Um,
livingdead.com.au is the website. Yes, they have stuff from covering everything from like Spider-Man to Sailor Moon. There's mermaid-inspired stuff. I was gonna ask her what a caftan was. Do you know what a caftan is?
a what?
A caftan, Kaftan.
Is that like a cape for your calf?
I, it could be, man. To me it just looks like a really big, like wide dress that you like put a belt around. I don't know. This is why we needed a girl in this episode. Because I don't know. I don't wear caftans.
You came prepared with like fashion questions?
I did, man. I actually do some research every once in a
Now
while.
I'm really disappointed.
I was
I
like,
do no
Yeah,
research. I was like, I'll talk to her about comic books and stuff. I'm sure someone will ask her questions about the actual clothing. In fact, but that being said, if I was a girl,
yeah,
or if I wanted to wear women's clothing in public, I
Yeah.
would definitely wear those clothes. I love them.
that's what you'd be wearing. Yeah, especially
In
because
fact, my wife might be getting some leggings here for Valentine's Day.
nice. And there's like a big old section that says Iron Man coming soon, which I like. So maybe I have to like get some stuff from my girlfriend and make her a little more Iron-esque. Got to do that. Got to do that stuff, man. Which would have been a good segue, because I was going to ask why she had a ton of Spider-Man stuff. So that would have led us into talking about Spider-Man. Right?
Yeah. So that we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about the big news out of Marvel camp.
Yes, let's talk about Marvel Camp. So I'm sure everybody by now, unless you've been living under some kind of strange rock, has heard that Sony and Marvel finally worked out their deal about Spider-Man. So Spider-Man,
It's kind of a shady deal, though.
it
Like,
is.
I don't know how good I feel about it.
So here I actually prepared on this too. I'll read the logistics. All right.
You got the legalese out. You've got your pen ready to go, like you're Jon Stewart over here.
I'm like, check this out here. So here's the deal with this deal that Marvel and Sony has worked out. Spider-Man will first appear in a Marvel film, which we're all speculating is going to be Civil War, right? That's what everybody's.
I mean, I guess that seems
Yeah.
really fast to pull that all
Yeah.
together. And it really sucks for fucking Chadwick Boseman, because
You're right.
they're like,
right.
oh,
Yeah.
maybe you're not gonna be in this movie anymore.
So then after that, Sony will release.
I honestly don't think it'll be in Civil War. Like, I think that movie is too far along. Like, I feel like they would really have to kind of shoehorn him in. What comes after Civil War? What movie comes out after Civil War?
Wasn't it supposed to be Thor?
Was it Thor? So is
Thor?
Spider-Man coming out after Civil War then? No?
Yes. Yes. Because
Oh, really?
so the way things are happening now is
Okay, no, that's totally happening then.
yeah, after that, Spider-Man will appear. Spider-Man will appear in a Marvel film. Then Sony is going to still release the next Spider-Man film, which will be co-produced with Marvel, and that's supposed to hit July 28th, 2017, which is after Civil War, obviously. Now, also along with that deal, the sentence I saw is that they are exploring integrating other MCU characters in future Spider-Man films as well, part of this whole crazy deal.
Well, that's where it gets shady because
Yeah.
there's also rumors going around that like Sony's still gonna make the Secret Six movie and whatever spin-off movie they were talking about.
Okay.
Like, how does that work? Like, and Marvel's not producing, so like, are those out of canon now? Like, I don't understand. Like, this is getting very like weird.
It's really
number one,
confusing.
I don't think those movies are happening. Like, I don't think Secret Six or Venom is happening anymore. Like,
No,
they're
no.
gonna get canned.
Yeah, they definitely are, which kind of sucks because we again, got into this whole we get used to a whole new Spider-Man now. We went through that whole origin thing again. Finally, we're at the point where like, oh, we're gonna get some really cool stuff, really cool villains, and yet again, that's all canned again, which is kind of shitty. If I'm sure all of you can agree, but and then also because of this deal, subsequently, 4 of the upcoming Marvel films have now been pushed back on their release dates, which is Thor: Ragnarok will now be in November of 2017. Black Panther gets moved back to July of 2018. Captain Marvel is November of 2018, and then Inhumans gets moved all the way back to July of 2019.
Poor Inhumans.
Yeah.
Man, I really think it's suck for Shield. They're really going to drag that storyline out now, aren't they?
I was just gonna ask that, like, what's gonna happen with all that? Because they kind of already started, like, somewhat opening that whole can of worms, have they not?
I don't know. I feel like this throws like kind of a wrench in Marvel's plans because they've been so good about planning everything
Right.
ahead of time, and now they're like slamming on the brakes and they're like, all right, throw Spider-Man in the car, and
Right.
now let's try to continue with this road trip, and we have no more seats left. Like,
It's like when you're waiting outside in front of the store for your friend, and they like just fly by at 30 miles an hour, open the door, no time to explain, jump in, and then take off. That's kind of what happened. That's kind of what happened, right?
Yeah, I mean, but that also tells you like how powerful is Spider-Man that like the biggest movie company in the world right now screeches to a halt, and they stop like all the other plans to throw this guy in there and make sure that he gets a spot.
What do you feel that they're rearranging a little bit too much and kind of reconfiguring things too much just to get Spider-Man on board?
No, I think if they have him and they're gonna do it, they need to do it. Like
Right.
I think waiting too long, everyone's just gonna be like, oh, when's Spider-Man coming? That's the thing. Spider-Man is such a powerful figure at this point. Like he's almost to the level. I would say he is to the level of Superman and Batman, to where like everybody knows Spider-Man. He's a worldwide property. Like,
Of course.
that didn't exist before. Like with like that maybe still probably doesn't exist, or probably does exist with like Thor and all those guys, but it didn't exist. Like, that's always Spider-Man's always been a world figure. So
I mean, of course, that was like one of the first things. Obviously, when we first heard that Avengers was coming out, everybody's like, "Oh, what about Spider-Man? We can't get Spider-Man because he's with Sony." So obviously, it's been something that's been in demand since the beginning, and so I guess you're right. Now they had the chance, and they're kind of like, "We have to jump now. We'll figure out everything later."
Yeah, and I think they'll do fine. I mean, maybe Marvel has had this under their hats for longer than we have been privy to.
Sure.
Because Sony's been in trouble for a long time financially.
Right.
So, I mean, maybe they've been talking about this for a while. I guarantee you they were talking it out after Spider-Man 2 came out. I'm sure, like, Marvel was like, all right, guys, like, can we have a serious conversation here?
Yeah.
Like,
it was kind of like a, hey, do we need to save your butt kind of conversation?
Yeah.
You want to make some real money on a movie? We'll carry you along there.
So it'll be interesting. Oh no, you're fine. It'll be interesting to see kind of how all that shakes out. Like, it'll really be interesting to see what direction Marvel takes, because we've had more Spider-Man movies than we've had any other superhero movie, maybe besides Superman, right? Or
Yeah.
Batman, definitely. It's Superman and Batman, right? So,
Right.
have we 5 Spider-Man movies, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how many Superman movies have we had? Ooh, probably 6 or 7. I don't know.
4, 5. Yeah, somewhere around 6 or 7. Right.
So he's right up there. So we have this idea of a character in mind. So how is Marvel going to come in and step in and change that ideal?
Right.
Because I mean, technically, like to the public audience, like that Marvel brand has always been associated with Spider-Man. Like, so how are they going to make that different and set them? So like, even though the Marvel like flash cards or whatever card, the cards are going to show at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, it's always shown at the beginning. So how is like there's nothing like how is Marvel going to set themselves apart besides having that card there?
Right.
So it's really interesting to see. I really don't like the talk, all this like Miles Morales talk, and like, oh, maybe they'll do this and no, dude, they're gonna
They're not gonna do that. They're gonna go with
no, they're gonna go with Peter Parker,
yeah.
like for sure, and he's gonna be in high school. He's gonna be hopefully he'll be a kid. Like this sounds crazy, but this is like every Disney person that works for every little kid that works for Disney on like those Disney XD channels right now
Yeah.
is like super stoked because they know like they're in the running for like a Marvel role at this point because they're gonna hire.
You're talking about all these kids that are on that show, like Jesse and things like that.
Yeah, totally. Because that's the age group they're gonna go, like they're gonna hire with this movie because that's how Marvel's always viewed that, or how they viewed that character for so long. Even like in the Ultimate Universe, he was always like a child. He still is a child. Miles Morales is like 14 or something.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Andrew Garfield was in high school for one movie, and he graduated in that movie. Or no, he graduated at the beginning of the second one. But that guy's like how old? 30 something.
He's up there. He's in his for sure mid-20s. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
So they're gonna go super young.
Right. And that brings us to who in your ultimate reality fantasy whatever who would be the best candidate for new Spider-Man for you? Anybody in mind?
I don't know. That's the thing. They're gonna hire some young unknown guy, and I feel like that's not my demographic anymore. Like. Yeah. Yes, I do watch every like Disney Channel constantly because I have a 3-year-old, but like I'm not paying attention. I couldn't tell you any of those kids' names.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think like any of the. I mean, this sounds so dumb. I don't think any kid I've seen on Disney XD is gonna get a chance to play Spider-Man. Maybe they're just. I know the name of the show. It's called Lab Rats.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And they're not the big tall one, but the short like pudgy one.
Okay.
Like if he slimmed up a little bit, he could probably pull off a Peter Parker.
The dude with the spiky hair. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
He's a little pudgy. He's still a little pudgy, so he needs to slim down.
He needs to get into that like gymnast shape.
But I don't know. Like the guy from Kingsman looks good. But then
everybody's been talking about Logan Lerman.
I have no idea who that is. I have no idea who Logan Lerman is.
He was the main actor in those Percy Jackson and the Olympian movies.
Oh, okay. I totally definitely he would be good. But then again, like how old is he now? He's got to be like kind of up there. Like he looked pretty old in the second movie.
Yeah.
In fact, the redhead in the second movie was super naked on True Detective last year. So like.
You're talking about the girl that was with them?
Yeah, the girl, the mean one.
Alex.
Not the mean one, the wizard, the one that like controlled plants or whatever, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. One of the girls from that movie was super naked in True Detective.
Nice. See, this is what happens when you just get the guys on here. Start talking to naked people.
So I don't know, that casting thing comes up. It just comes up like I don't know. That's not my demographic. I have no idea who they could go after for that role.
Yeah.
I thought Andrew Garfield was perfect. I mean, he was a great Peter Parker. Those movies were terrible.
I definitely was in the whole not excited about Andrew Garfield being Spider-Man, in the beginning because we had spent like 3 movies with Tobey Maguire, and definitely Andrew Garfield is like one of those guys that completely grew on me. Even though the movies weren't, super well written, like by the end of it, I was like, dude, this guy is Spider-Man. Like, who else could play him now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. He was really great, but I mean, another part of me thinks like after that second movie, he wanted out anyways. I don't think he was going to come back. And that may have had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
It came down to it because like I don't think Sony could get away with rebooting that again. Like they could not get away with rebooting the franchise again um, without saying Marvel was doing it. Like if they would have been like, oh, we're gonna reboot it, like it didn't work the second time around, we're gonna do it again. People would have fucking rioted. Like it would have been a crazy thing. But when they go, oh, we're gonna let Marvel reboot it, then like, oh, all's forgiven. Like the world.
They instantly doused the pitchforks and burning torches, amongst the fanboy population of the world, and everything was like, oh well, hey, let's do it now. So smart move on their part, but whatever.
Yeah, it still gets dicey though because, like I said, I think Sony has creative control. Like they get the final say, right?
According to everything I've read, says they still have overall final say on Spider-Man.
So I don't know how true that is because knowing like me and Feige are like best friends.
I know
Kevin Feige
about this at lunch the other day, didn't you?
Yeah. Knowing Kevin Feige and the way they've handled like contracts and like directors and the kind of spats that they've had, like, or rumored spats that they've had with people, like it doesn't seem like he would be like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you creative control, like yeah, you'll be able to like nix it. Like I would not be surprised if like down the road like they were like, nope, we can't make it work, like it's not happening.
Yeah.
Like that would not surprise me at all, which is scary because I really do feel like Sony could come in there and pull the rug out from under them. I don't think they will because they're not dumb and they know that if they fuck this up, they're fucked, like royally. Yeah. So I don't know. It's gonna be weird, for sure.
Piper says Spider-Man needs to die.
Oh, Spider-Man's awesome. Like that's the thing though. Like I think Spider-Man. I think Marvel would be crazy enough to do a cool storyline. Like I could totally see them doing the Superior Spider-Man storyline and killing Peter Parker off in the third movie, and then having Spider-Man 4 be Doc Ock like Spider-Man. Or I could see them killing Peter Piper. I could see them killing Peter Parker off in the third movie, and then bringing in Miles Morales. Like I totally see them do that. They're not going to start off with those characters. Don't get me wrong. I could definitely see them killing like Peter off at some point and bringing in those other characters. So that's the good thing that Marvel has. Now, granted, that means we have to wait, 12 years for that to happen, or however long it's going to take. But it's going to happen, Like as long as they keep making money, which they will.
We're going to be like in our 40s if that happens.
I know, it's going to be really weird when I'm like, yeah, excited to go see a movie about a 14-year-old black kid. And then 50.
That's going to be the quote of the night.
So
40 when I'm excited about a 14-year-old black kid.
He's not black. He's like half Puerto Rican too, or whatever.
Right.
So
exactly.
Either way, it's gonna be weird for a 40-year-old man to be pining over.
That's okay, man. We'll go together. It'll be less weird, okay? It'll be slightly less weird, only maybe more weird in a different way. just go to the theater buddies, yeah. Anyways.
And that'll be even worse than two men by themselves without their wives or children going to see a movie about a 14-year-old.
Holding hands. Yeah, I'm sure I'll have a kid by then. It'll be like, you're sitting there and you're liking it. I don't care if you don't like comic books. Shut up. Get in the seat. Anyways.
So it's gonna get crazy, but I'm excited. Like I really want to see what Marvel does, and I really want to kind of see what they do differently because like the rumor is already started. The rumor is they're gonna go with the Kraven storyline and like not even do an origin story and just have it be like he's been Spider-Man and this guy named Kraven comes in. Kraven's like the ultimate hunter and he wants to kill Spider-Man. So,
yeah. Like
if they did something like that, that'd be cool. Like if they did Mysterio, I'd be fucking all on board. Like because Marvel is gonna do Mysterio like right.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. My phone's totally gonna die. That's not gonna be good.
Then you're not gonna get all these hate messages from Piper.
I know. Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see. It does suck that like movies like Captain America or Thor and Black Panther and Captain Marvel are getting pushed back though, especially Thor because like he's had 2 movies already, and we're kind of waiting for that big like third like movie, and then now you're gonna push it back to like shove in Spider-Man. Yeah. It's fine, but it does suck for those characters. Like I'm way more excited for Captain Marvel because that's just like something we haven't seen. Yeah, we've seen 5
Something
Spider-Man
completely
movies.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see a female-driven superhero. Like that's no one's done that. No one ever. So like that's gonna be awesome.
Right.
Anyways, I've talked too much.
It's all right,
Your
man.
turn.
What else?
Go.
What else can we do? What else can we do? Let's see. What other exciting things do we see this week? Did you see the tweeted pic from Ryan Reynolds with the Deadpool prototype of his costume?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it looked legit cool. It looked like the costume for the footage, but the costume for the footage was all CGI. But uh,
That was my interpretation of the very dark sepia toned picture. It looks like the comic footage.
yeah, yeah. I'm excited for that movie too. Like, see, that's the thing. Like, I'm much more excited for these like fringe like movies than I am for like a Batman vs Superman or a Spider-Man. Batman vs Superman. We've
Right.
seen those characters before. Like, I want something new and different. Like Deadpool, like is intriguing. Like, how
Yeah.
is that movie gonna go? Like, if that movie fails, Ryan Reynolds' career is over, straight up done.
He's
Uh,
gonna have nothing else to pine for the next 5 years.
yeah. So, but if it's successful, like that could open up a whole new gate for like rated R, or if it is gonna be rated R, like hardcore, high action, like
Right.
gory, bloody, in your face like comic book movie, straight up comic like that's gonna be a straight up comic book movie. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna have like they're hiring voice actors to play like the different voices in his head. Um,
That's cool.
so yeah, so it's gonna be so much fun. And when he like turns and like looks at looks you the audience in the eye and is like fuck you or whatever, like it's gonna be fun. Like that movie's gonna be super fun. So
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited for it. Let's just hope that the people behind it do it right. And it sounds like Ryan Reynolds has a passion for it. So I don't. It's not that he's hasn't made the best choices in lately, but we'll see how it goes.
At least he's on board with that and he's playing it like he wanted to, and hopefully he's gonna have a little bit of some funny, creative, comedic things to throw in there that he gets a say on. So that'd be cool. Hello. There's
Yeah,
a dog.
dog and cat are like having a battle in here, battle royale behind me.
Battle to the death. Let's see what else. Bryan Singer was tweeting also that they're location scouting and set building for X-Men Apocalypse. Didn't see anything like too crazy looking. It mostly looked like, I don't know. To me, it just looked like the early stages of like a Cerebro set, maybe.
Yeah, it's the same fucking picture he sends out every time.
Yeah, every
I
time
swear
he
to
does
God, you can go back and look at every like production of one of Bryan Singer's X-Men movies, and every single time he like sends out a picture of the stupid Cerebro door. Like we get it, it's an
right.
X. You're
You're,
so clever.
it's silver. It has a circle around it. Cool.
Yeah.
What can you show something different? Yes.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah, they are hating on the X Force on Twitter. You guys are hating on the A Force.
The A-Force.
Yeah, the new Avengers book that's all female. Piper and some of the other people are really just going to town on it. It's okay, guys.
What's with
Wait
the
and see
A-Force?
how it is till it comes out.
Why are we hating on it?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I
I think a lot of I don't want to speak for Piper, but I think her issue is like she feels like that like all of a sudden like we're bashing everybody over the H with like feminism like stuff all the time. I almost said
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so she feels like it's just another like kind of like look at us, we're being like good, like
We're being
incorporating people.
we're being progressive and throwing women in a comic book.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
which I don't agree with. I am taking a new stance on life, which is a wait and see attitude. So I'm gonna hold my opinion until I
like
actually read or watch or see or something, unless it's Fantastic Four.
Ah, okay.
Uh,
'Cause we know,
but even then, yeah.
we know that's
So,
total crap.
So yeah, Piper said, yeah, screw that crap.
Screw that.
I'm sorry. It's gonna be okay. I think it'll be fine. The writer's really good. I forget her name. Wilson. She's writing or Miss Marvel right now.
Okay.
And it's an all-female Avengers cast, is what it looks like. That's all we've really gotten on it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like I said. I do think there is kind of this trend of like let's make sure everybody knows that we're being like diverse, and let's really put it out there, which I don't have a problem with, but some people do, Piper included. But I say a lot. But it'll be fine. Like I said, wait and see attitude. I don't see any problem with an all-female Avengers cast, as long as it's not like there has to be a reason for it, of course. Like, why would you put all girls together? So we'll see how it shakes out.
All right, that's cool. I get it. I get it. I dig. Just calm it down, all right, people. It might be good. You never know. All right, man. Let's talk. Let's talk about. Was there any other news you wanted to address?
You had more news than I had because I just had the Spider-Man thing because I don't really think anything was more important than that.
That's true.
So
Felt we needed maybe to talk about a little other stuff too, but that's cool.
I do know this plugging another podcast, but I know Mark Hamill is on Schmoes Know podcast tonight.
Right.
So maybe we'll get some cool Star Wars tidbits out of that. I doubt it. I heard him say in an interview that we should keep our expectations low.
Yeah.
When it comes to the new Star Wars movie, I don't know what that means. Yeah, right, dude. Okay, they're gonna shove that movie down our throats every chance they get for the next year until it comes out. So keeping a low pro on it is gonna be tough.
Right. How are we supposed to do that, man?
Sorry, the writer for A-Force is Willow Wilson. Thank you, Boxita. Is that how you say his name? He's listening.
I think it's Backsida.
Backsida?
Like my Backsida.
Oh, that's way better. See, this is once again why I don't host this podcast. Just more examples.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're good.
Every time. Yeah, I didn't think there was anything pertinent in the news besides the Spider-Man stuff. Which, if you listen to Geeks and Wives, you'll hear them talk. They'll spend a whole the geeks on screen will spend a whole episode talking about it too. So
yeah,
you're gonna get plenty of Spider-Man talk this week. And I'm sure every other podcast is gonna talk about it.
All Spider-Man all the time. All right, let's talk about our weekend geek, man. Go ahead. Why don't you regale us with what you read and watched this week?
All right, so I read Spider-Man.
Hey, Spider-Man! Check that out. I haven't heard anything about that guy in a long time.
I don't know where it is. I read the latest. I think it's. I don't know what issue it is. It's Spider-Verse number 6 or part 6. It's the final issue of Spider-Verse. I don't know what Amazing Spider-Man number it is. It's really good. I mean, it ended awesomely. That's not a word, but I'll use it anyway. It ended awesomely. Dan Slott really ended it nicely. Kind of left the door open for more possibilities of what else they could do with this world. Doc Ock had a great brutality scene of this is why he's such an asshole.
Yeah.
And it just had that. I really really love that book. That book is gonna be awesome to pick up. It's gonna be awesome to pick up in a collection with all of the side issues in with it. Because that is the side issues were almost funner. There we go, using made up words again. The side issues were almost better because you got to go in all these different kind of Spider-Man universes and see a bunch of different Spider-Mans. But yeah, Spider-Verse is fantastic. If you haven't been reading it, go pick it up. I would suggest waiting for a collection at this point. It's really good. It's going to be a really fun wait. It's so good.
I want to check it out, but I don't want to go back and collect everything, so I'll just wait till it all comes out together.
Piper's Max talking about Spider-Man. I can't help it. Yeah, just remind me and I'll try to collect them all for you and send them your way.
Sweet.
But yeah, like I said, if you can find it in when it comes out, I'm sure it'll come out in a collection with all the side stuff, and that's gonna be the best way to read it because the funnest part of that book was just going. Yeah, which is going to all the different side universes, seeing Gwen Stacy Spider-Man and Power Ranger Spider-Man and all those and Marvel vs. Capcom Spider-Man, they're all there. So that's the funnest part, and it like I said, it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and Dan Slott's amazing, and he knows I tell him all the time. What else did I read? I also read. You read Darth Vader too, right? We'll
Heck
save
yeah.
that for last.
Heck yeah.
I read Secret Six number 2. Which I'm still really liking. The art style in it is crazy gritty and crazy dark. It really is just nasty art style. It's like every page is wet. It's so weird.
That makes for a weird book.
Yeah, it's like if I got it wet, I don't think I would know the difference, in actuality. But it looks nice, and it really fits the setting because they're trapped underwater in this tank. There's tube or box. Mm-hmm. All things that I wanted to say that weren't a box. They're trapped in a box underwater, and and they have to pick somebody. It's like a very like Saw situation. They have to like pick somebody to kill, or they have to like figure out the secret. And so basically, that's the premise. And at this point, I'm not going to ruin the book, but check it out. It's written by Gail Simone. It's not the same Secret Six as her first run, but I think it's kind of getting there. Like there is this like it's a slow burn kind of setup for hoping.
Mm-hmm.
For what I'm hoping is a like team up style, like bad guys teaming up to do good situation again. So we'll see like that how that shakes out. Catman the badass. He's like an evil Batman. Very cool.
Catman, huh?
Catman. He's cool. He's a cool dude. Righteous.
Catman.
So what else? I also read Southern Bastards, which I love more than anything. It's my favorite book out right now, and it has nothing to do with superheroes. It's so weird.
I have not got to read the Southern Bastards. What is this?
It's so weird. It's like, okay, so it's about football essentially. It's about the South.
Yeah, okay.
And
so it's Friday Night Lights.
It is Friday Night Lights meets The Sopranos.
Okay, cool.
I think I've described it like that before.
Yeah.
And it's super good. Like I'm not a sports guy. I'm not into football. Like I've been to the South. I've been to Louisiana one time. And that's about as far as I've gone to the South. So it's pretty South, but
I've been to Georgia.
So like I have no reason to like this book other than the fact that it's fantastic. Like I guarantee you, like in 5 years, this is gonna be a like AMC movie or AMC like TV show, like all Breaking Bad or whatever.
Right.
So it's really my favorite book, and I'm so excited when a new issue comes out, and I don't know why. Like I can't describe why. Like there's no reason why anyone should like this book other than the fact that it's just amazingly well written. And the end of the first arc will gut punch you like nothing has ever gut punched you before. Like it is a swift kick to the nuts, and you'll love it. You'll love every second of it. So everyone go read Southern Bastards. Pick it up. I think the first 5 issues are only $10 if you get them in a collection. So yeah, go grab those. It's a really great book. Let's see. Last but not least, that was your response. Is a scary laugh. Last but not least.
Like it. I want to read it.
Yeah, like I said, Will. There's no reason why you should like this book. There's zero.
But I will.
Nothing about it will interest you. But as soon as you start like getting into the character, and that's the thing weird. Like the first 5 issues it does one thing, and then everything after that is something totally different. Okay. But you're still like totally engaged.
Right.
So it's crazy good. It's so good.
It's weird being not a sports guy at all either. I really enjoy sports movies, which is weird. I don't know. I guess I enjoy the drama part of sports. I don't know. I was always too fat and uncoordinated to be in sports, so I never got into it.
Yeah, I was just bad in general because I was just the smallest person there, so I always got picked last.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's not turn this into a sad cast. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
I'm so articulate about it.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, everyone should check it out. Like if you're not a comic book fan, you should read it because I guarantee it's gonna be a TV show at some point, like real soon.
Yeah.
Because it just hits that note perfectly.
And I would watch it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. A lot of red. Yeah. What else? I'm also reading this book called The Dead. I'm a terrible person because I can't think of the author, but it's so funny because he sends me the email and he's like, check out my book. I want to come on the podcast. Here's the first 4 issues. It's not about zombies.
Not about zombies.
I'm sure all the inquiries it's called it's straight up called The Dead. So I'm sure everything he gets it's a zombie book.
Zombies.
So right in the email it's like it's not about zombies, so don't just give it a chance. It's not about zombies. So they're saying we're making fun of Piper and them. Are saying were we making fun of Piper and them? I don't remember. Anyways, I gotta stop reading Twitter. Piper, I love you guys. If I'm making fun of you, I apologize. I didn't mean to. So yeah, it's about this. It's about what happens to you after you die. So like apparently when you die, you go to like a house or you go to a mansion, but the mansion has infinite rooms, and when you get there, you can create your own room. You have like a certain period of time to create your own room or whatever,
Hmm. Yeah.
and then you can like leave that room and go into other people's rooms and all this crazy stuff.
Wow.
So like people have like are living there, like they're essentially living there, like they are aware of this mansion, and they're aware of what it does,
Right.
and they all know that they're dead.
Hmm.
So like to pass the boredom, they go out and do like crazy stuff. Like their first like game that they had was like they would go out and um they would
Are you
go
reading
out and
Twitter?
I know, like stop talking to me. They'll be go out and like find different rare like bottles of alcohol or like whatever in the rooms.
Yeah.
And there's all these like weird monsters roaming around, and they don't know why the monsters are there, but they're just there, and they like one monster like is like a Medusa kind of monster, and she's so like beautiful that if you like look at it, like your face melts. And another
Mhm.
monster is like these wretches, and they're like, just like giant like creatures that just like are just like brute, and they just bash stuff in.
Yeah.
Um, so it's really weird and fun. I don't like it's so crazy.
It sounds like a
Like
very
it,
interesting premise for a book.
yeah, it's like I don't we'll have the author on and we'll talk to him about that. Like it feels like kind of religious, but it doesn't at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Like like he does quote Bible passages, or there is a priest in the book and he does say Bible stuff, but I'm not sure if they're actual Bible passages because I'm not a religious person.
Right.
Um, don't make me laugh, Twitter. Um, it's just fun. Like it's super weird and fun. Like it's one of those books I feel like I read and I'm like, this is too smart for me. Like this is some of the stuff that's just going over my head. But at the same time, it's very like comic booky in the fact that like there's like these like super not they're not super powered beings, but they're like bounty hunters and they go out and they fight monsters.
Hmm.
And they like put them in a zoo. And then there's like a crazy guy who's running around who like knows all the secrets and stuff. So it's super fun. We'll have the author on soon and talk about it. I really recommend looking out. It's called The Dead, and like I said, I'm terrible. I don't know the author's name, but it's fantastic, and I think it's James something. Ugh, I'm terrible at this. I should have wrote it
We
down.
better we better find that out.
I know. I don't want to look at. It'll take me a minute to look it up, and I don't want to do that. So
Yeah.
I'll put it in the show notes.
No worries.
Uh, yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for me. I didn't watch any TV. Oh, you know what I did watch though? I know you're sick of hearing me talk.
No.
I did watch.
Talk some more. I want to hear it.
I
Hold on. The Dead is it James Maddox?
There you go. That's
J-
right.
James
Thank you for
Maddox
finding
and
that.
Jen Hickman.
There you go. Yeah. So check that out. It's very cool, like art style too. Like it's very like
Yeah.
Victorian feeling. Like it fits the world very nice. And that whoever the artist is lucky because they just get to draw all these crazy different environments all the time.
Yeah, and
Um.
if you guys want to check it out, you can look it up at thedeadcomic.net.
Yep. There you go. Okay.
Booyah.
I'm gonna write a review for it too. I'm gonna write something about it as well for Geek's Wife. So pay attention. Stay tuned for that. I don't think I talked. I've been on here since I saw Justice League, Throne of Atlantis. Should I talk about
No,
that?
you haven't. No, you have not been on.
Okay.
So tell us what you thought about that.
Okay. That movie is awesome. That movie is so good.
I haven't
It's
got a chance to
really,
check it out, man. I've been
it's
really wanting to see it.
really fantastic. It
Yeah.
is brutal as hell. Like I had to, like the things that they can get away with because it's a cartoon are
Right.
amazing. Like that, I wouldn't. That's not a movie for children, like
So
at all.
what's
Like
so what's the basic plot of the movie?
it's basically Aquaman's origin story. So like, he's not Aquaman yet. He's just like a fisherman's son. He
Yeah.
doesn't know he's Aquaman. And Orem, who is his stepbrother, is a mermaid, and Black Manta is down there as well, and they're living in Atlantis, and everything's good. But Black Manta, oh, I'm totally gonna spoil it. Whatever. They want to fight the surface dwellers for whatever reason, whether it be because they polluted their ocean or roam the seas like unwillingly and just don't know that they want to establish their dominance. Orem blames the Justice League for causing the volcano that killed his father.
Mm-hmm.
So like he kind of like has it out for them. So they don't like the surface dwellers. So basically they want to take over the surface. So the Justice League kind of finds out about this, and they're like, go find this guy who supposedly is half Atlantean. And so they go find him, and he's like, oh shit, I'm half Atlantean.
Yeah.
And then like the redhead girl, his now wife Myrna, like goes and finds him, and she's like, hey, you're half Atlantean, like you're supposed to be like a king. And then he puts on like his armor that he's supposed to be wearing as a king, and it's like the Aquaman costume.
Right.
But he like takes off all the armor parts, so it's just like the I'm totally spoiling the movie. The orange and green. That was in the preview.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's basically him like being fucking Aquaman and like being badass. Like he's so badass. Like he's so strong, and like there's a really cool moment of like him learning and using his powers for the first time.
Right.
That I don't want to spoil. There is the moment that everyone wants there to be from the comic book involving a shark.
Oh yes.
So like, it's just really cool, and it's really nice to see like Aquaman kind of get his due, and not be always like the joke character all the time.
Yeah.
I really really enjoyed it, but like I said, it is brutal. Like there are multiple thousands of people die in that movie. Citizens of Metropolis or wherever they attack, and like people are straight up murdered. Like a whole ship, like Navy submarine, like is taken down, and like everyone inside of it's murdered. Like it's bad, but it's very cool.
Sounds awesome.
And it introduces the Trench, who are these crazy monsters from like the bottom of the ocean that were introduced in the New 52 Aquaman comic. So it kind of ties those things together. It's nice. I really 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 like it.
I want to check it out for sure.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. And that stuff can be hit or miss. Like they have a new one coming out called Batman Unlimited. Like that's one I'm probably gonna skip.
You're like negative.
Yeah.
No thanks. Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right, your turn. Sorry, I hogging the show.
My turn. Well, what else would I start with this week? Darth Vader #1, man. Now, finally, we get a comic book all about Darth Vader. I'm excited about this, man.
The art in this book is so good.
Mind-blowing,
so
man.
Good. Oh my god, it's so good.
Okay, so I can't imagine that it's the easiest thing for an artist to portray Darth Vader in a comic book.
That's what, like, someone else said that too. Like,
black.
Yeah, he must be super hard to draw.
So everything is going to rely on like shading and reflections and different spots of light on his armor and things. This guy, I think it's Salvador La Roca. Oh my God, the man can draw Darth Vader like no other. I mean, I'm sure there's some other great artists who can do Darth Vader justice, but this has got to be some of the best art I've seen involving this particular character, who I'm obviously very fond of and have a lot invested in, money. Near passing out experiences is left and right. So yeah, this comic, obviously the art was over the top. I think it's a really cool idea because, I mean, if we think about it, for the most part, Star Wars, we only get to see really like kind of the rebel side of what's going on, and this is kind of, we get to see the other side of what was happening behind all those big events. Like this comic book pretty much takes place after the destruction of the first Death Star, and it's obviously definitely directly tied into the Star Wars comic book that Marvel is doing as well. So you kind of get a full picture if you read both books about what's happening on both sides of the battle. So that in its own respect is really cool. A lot of talk between Vader and the Emperor. Vader, killing a lot of people and just kicking ass and being a badass, and that I won't ruin it for everybody, but I'm sure you can imagine my favorite part of this comic, Casey, was that splash page at the end with
Oh yeah.
With Vader just standing over that destruction, and there's like flames and smoke everywhere, and it's really cool.
Fuck you.
Yeah, Vader's a badass.
Although that was my like one problem with this book. It was like a little too like wink and nod, like oh, you see what we did there? You see that? Yeah, this is a Star Wars book, everybody.
They were wink nudging you too much.
Yeah. Although like one thing like I do have to say, like, what sells this book is the fact that you can tell when Darth Vader is disappointed.
Oh yeah.
Like, how is that possible? Like, there's moments like where you're like, oh man, this guy feels really fucking shitty about himself right now, and
Yeah,
you
right.
can't see his face. Like there's no like he's a black like blob. Like how are you supposed
Just
to
like
like?
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. So
But very cool book, man. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this series, and I mean, so far, like the different covers I've seen are all super cool. I mean, I think my tattoo I'm gonna get next is gonna be picked out of one of these books because the artwork is so good. I've been
yeah, it's gonna be a real shame when they get to like issue 10 and they switch the artist because
yeah,
you know that's gonna happen.
yeah, and I'm not gonna be excited
Okay,
about
here's a
that.
question I have for you
Yes,
because I am not a huge Star Wars nerd like you are.
right. I will try to do
Okay,
my best to answer it properly.
spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! If you haven't
Yeah,
read Darth Vader, I may spoil something for you. I may
spoiler,
not. I
spoiler,
don't know.
spoiler. Yes.
Who is that Wookiee that is with Boba Fett? And obviously he dies
Oh my God.
before Return of the Jedi, right?
I should know this. I know I've seen his name at one point. I think I've seen his name at one point. Don't take my Star Wars geek card people out there if you're listening, because I'm sorry, I cannot think of his name or who he is. He's a Wookiee bounty hunter, I
So
think.
he is an actual like character that's existed before.
I'm pretty sure he is. I'm I'm almost positive. If anybody knows that's listening and watching on Twitter, let us know who the hell that guy is. I'm trying to look it up real quick. I think it's Snuva.
Because he's badass, number one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's kind of weird, like that Boba Fett, Han Solo's like arch nemesis,
Mhm.
has a Wookiee too now. Like that's like okay. Like that's what like I just want to know. Like, was that like something that came around
I know
before?
I know there's been
Like,
mention of Wookiee bounty hunter before.
but has he worked with Boba Fett? Because it seems like these like I would not be surprised right now if like Boba Fett took off his like hood
Yeah.
or his helmet, and it was Han Solo. Like that's like how like weird like this like like this is like a whole like another like wink and nod like oh see what we did there like oh see
Yeah.
Boba Fett's gonna have his own Wookiee
Chewie, is
too,
that you?
and he's gonna have a scar across his face and dreadlocks because he's a bad Wookiee. Uh,
So cool, man.
and like but that once again that being said, if they announce tomorrow that they're gonna have a Boba Fett and Evil Wookiee
Mhm.
book, I would be all about it.
All right.
Right.
I agree. Yeah, the one I'm thinking of is a different one. I think unless this is him before, but the one I'm thinking of has like a bionic, like cybernetic eye thing going on. There's another
Oh, yeah.
Wookiee bounty hunter.
That happened in this book too, but
Yeah.
okay.
Or- yeah.
Something okay. So there was an advertisement in here
I was
for
gonna ask you about that too.
Star Wars canon number 1, the
Kanan?
last
Kanan.
canon.
Yeah.
Is
Kanan.
that how you say it? Kanan.
Kanan. Yeah. That's
Who is
that's
Kanan?
that's Kanan, who is the main guy from Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, okay. See, now I'm loving this because that like for a continuity horror
Yeah.
like me, like that totally uh is awesome that there's like a TV show that hooks into a comic book. But that
Right.
doesn't look like the kid on the cover doesn't look like the kid from the TV show. Like he doesn't have purple hair.
No, he's the shadowy figure up at the top, in blue. That's Kanan from Rebels right there.
Oh, so that's the kid in Rebels? No, no, no.
No, no, no,
That's
no.
the guy with the
Kanan's the Jedi
ponytail.
Master. Yeah, yeah.
So
So this,
that's my asking.
yeah. So this is apparently his backstory and his history of how when he was a Padawan.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna show up in one of the movies, right?
Hmm.
Like, is it possible that Max von Sydow's character is Kanan?
Max von
How old would that make him? Because Kanan would be Han Solo's age, right? Like they'd be around the same age.
Ish, yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, I think so.
Max von Sydow is an older gentleman, right?
Yeah,
And
right.
I heard a rumor that there was like characters from Rebels were gonna show up in
Yeah, yeah. They keep saying. I keep hearing that too.
so maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
I just love that idea. Like I just love the fact they're like we're gonna start over, but everything is connected. Like comics, TV,
yeah. Which
movies, they're
which is cool.
all from the same universe. Yeah. So
It's kind of nice that we don't have to speculate and make up our own fan fiction about it, even though
right.
that's fun to do. Even though that's a lot of fun. But yeah, so that'll be they're God man, they're pumping out the Star Wars titles like crazy because then next we get Princess Leia comic book. Now we get one about
Yeah,
Kanan.
I don't know. That Princess Leia comic book, the art, like the cover looks great, but then the interior art looks a little weird for me.
Hmm,
Even just being a snob.
that's all right. We'll have to see. But
But written by Mark Waid, so
yeah,
not
can't be all
too
bad, right?
shabby.
Can't
No.
be all bad. Yeah. Besides that, I read the Harley Quinn Valentine's Day special number
Hold on,
one.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Yes.
Shocking.
Whoa.
Shock.
I got the variant one too, man.
Oh, see, okay, funny story.
Tell me.
So, um, like I had my car was having issues,
Yeah.
and so I took it to the thing, and I was like, oh, usually they're done like by like 10 or 11, so still be able to go to the comic book store on time.
Yeah.
Well, I get a call like, no, the fuel pump's dead. So like, no, they gotta
Uh,
replace the fuel pump. So they're like, we're not gonna be done till like 4.
yeah.
I was like, fuck. And so I go yell at my receptionist, Rachel. So I made her go get all my comics for me. And
Man.
she literally walks in.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm Casey's assistant. Here's what he needs. And Dave's like, oh, okay, here, hold on, let me go get it for you.
Nice, dude. which which is also a feat in itself because I've heard like Dave like basically like yelling at people who are calling him asking him random crap on Wednesdays going, "Yeah, we're too busy right now. Just call back tomorrow."
Yeah, but I'm sure like,
but for you he's like, "Let's do it. What do we need?"
yeah. Well, because
Dave,
everyone, she's
Dave, we
like
love
a
you.
cute, yeah, she's a cute little like mousy girl, so she
Yeah,
had like
okay.
no idea.
Right.
And like she said they were giving her a little crap, and then she was like, "Well, I'm here for Casey, like you know him." I'm like, "Oh, okay." It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, like, shut up it. They know.
Girl,
I spend
girl.
tons of money there. They know.
Yeah, you should have told her to open with that next time.
Yeah. But
Girl,
she also went like at noon or so, so like it probably wasn't too busy.
right.
But so thanks Dave and Rachel for helping me out this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't want to like confuse her too much, so I left that one off the list, and I was like, oh, I'll go pick it up. Because
Yeah.
usually they order too many of those there, and they have extra ones of them. All right, how was it? Sorry, hijacking the podcast again.
It's your typical cutesy lame Valentine's Day Harley Quinn stuff. The cover obviously kind of gives away what this one's about, and the variant cover has Harley Quinn hanging upside down, tied up with one of Batman's contraptions there, and Batman looking very like stern as she's making like kissy faces at him. The whole comic is her trying to win a date with Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne has auctioned himself off to raise money for a I don't know, some kind of dog and cat shelter. And so Harley Quinn takes it upon herself to throw her hat into the bidding, but in order to bid for Bruce Wayne's night of awesomeness, she has to come up with $1 million or so. So there's a heist, and of course, in typical Harley Quinn fashion, they steal the money from one of the they kind of loosely took it out from reality. It was one of these guys who were responsible for one of the big corporations that stole a bunch of money from people's retirements, and it was just never went to jail for it or anything. So they steal money from one of those guys, and in between that story, we get dream sequences, that are drawn by different artists about her fantasies with Bruce Wayne and how she would have kids with him and all the random stuff they would do. It's really just off the wall Harley Quinn stuff.
Wait, does so Batman ever make an appearance?
Not Batman. Bruce Wayne does though. Yeah, there's a lot of Bruce Wayne in it. Actually, I'm sorry.
Wait,
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, we get Batman at the end.
when did Harley Quinn become Robin Hood?
It's kind of it's kind of been like the MO of this whole new Harley Quinn. She's kind of
That's kind of my issue with it.
yeah.
Yeah, like she's not like she's cutesy all of a sudden. Like
Yeah, she's not your she's not your sadistic like Batman the Animated Series Harley.
like I went from murdering people to saving puppies. Like
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I know a lot of like your really diehard Harley Quinn fans have a huge problem with that book. Obviously I was a huge fan of the Batman animated series and I knew her from that, but that's all I really knew Harley from. I'd never read any Harley Quinn comics before that. before this current one, and so I just kind of like the cute, like really zany, off the wallness of it. It's just completely off the wall, the whole thing. It's
Yeah, it's very cartoon. It's gonna be really weird when people go see that movie and then they go when people go see Suicide Squad
yeah,
and then they're like, oh, I want to go read a Harley Quinn book, and they stumble upon that one and they're like, what the fuck? This is a fucking Saturday morning cartoon.
yeah, exactly. But the two dream sequences that are in this book are pretty funny, especially the Harley's, because the other one is actually Bruce Wayne's dream sequence because he was drugged by some tear gas that wasn't quite made correctly, so he has this really crazy dream about her. The other than that, like the artist that did the regular part of the story, I can't do art worth a damn, so you can take my opinion about this very lightly. But I'm not a huge fan of the particular artist they use. Normally, it's Harden is the guy that normally draws Harley Quinn, and this week was John Timms. I have trouble explaining his art style, but it's very like angular. Like all the chins are very angular, and like the sides of people's eyes are very pointy, and it kind of I don't know, it just distracts me for some reason. But not my favorite on the art, except for the dream sequences. But other than that, it was just a typical Harley Quinn Valentine's Day special, all you can imagine and more. So, anyways, that was all I read.
Hold on, I gotta fucking talk to Twitter now because they're.
What are they saying? What are they
Guys,
saying?
I know Batman is in the animated series was meant to be zany and fun
Yeah.
and all that, but she still straight up murders people. Like she had like in the comic book, she's been a murderer. She's killed people, and for having her from going from being a straight up murderer to having her being Robin, like when you're the Joker's sidekick and then you turn into Robin Hood, like it's weird. Like in the comic books, it's weird. Yes, I understand. In the cartoons, she was a zany, fun character.
Right.
But she still was intended on murdering people. She never like went and robbed from the rich and gave to the poor. Like that was never her like thing. She never like went out of her way to like save like a pound of puppies. I'm sure she would have, but like they had hyenas as pets. They didn't have like puppies. Like she was still like kind of a nasty like mean character. And this one she's like she's not even a villain anymore. She just like does like she just having fun and like once in a while she'll punch somebody in the face and be an ass. But she's still like she's cutesy. She's still, like compared to the Squirrel Girl comic, like they're having fun with her and they're being like jokey, which is fine. But that's not like it's just weird to me. It's just weird. So I understand what you guys are saying on Twitter. Yes, she was a cartoon character. In fact, I don't think she should ever be a live action character. I always think she should live in a cartoon. That's always how I imagined her.
Right.
I think it'd be super weird for her to be like in a live action movie where it's dark and gritty and she's like this like abuse victim essentially. I think it's much easier to take in a cartoon fashion. But I'm saying, in the comic book, she is that dark and gritty character. She is a bad person. Even in the Arkham games, she's terrible. She's a nasty, mean person. She's not like this joke comic. Like, yes, they take on the clown moniker. Sorry, I'm just being an ass now. They take on the clown moniker. So they have some zaniness to them. But regardless of the fact that they are murderers, they will cut off your face and feed it to the puppies they just saved.
Right.
Like they're not robbing from the rich and giving to the poor. If anything, they're robbing from the rich and burning it along with the bodies they just like murdered.
Yeah.
Like so like that's my point. Like it's too cutesy and like too like safe.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Well, it's all your fault, Twitter people. We love you though. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I was missing a point or not. I just know that I love the current Harley Quinn. Yes, Piper, I do have a huge crush on Harley. Never mind. I'm not gonna say. I would do something. I'm sure you can fill in the blanks, but whatever. But hey, I was gonna make a confession to you this week.
Uh-oh.
Because I know you guys hate all over it. I freaking love the Gotham TV series.
Oh, the show sucks.
I watch it every week, very excitedly. I freaking love it.
You sit there quiet, don't
Yes,
say anything. Well, we should. No, it's fine.
I'm like, you guys can.
It's fine. It's a police procedural, but like I said, like I make this argument all the time.
Yeah.
Like, why not set it while Batman existed and never show him?
Yeah.
And that way, the villains still make sense. Because to me, like.
I guess I don't feel like I'm like as like a huge fan or invested in Batman as some people are, so I'm able to separate the two. You know what I mean? I'm just able to watch it for what it is. And you're right, it's like a really cool like procedural police drama, but we just kind of throw in some hints of Batman in there. It's that to me that's what it is. And so I'm really kind of enjoying like seeing the characters develop as they have since the beginning of the show, and kind of seeing the direction they're going with certain things. So I've really had a lot of fun, and especially now that Morena Baccarin, who's everybody knows from like Firefly and from like all these different sci-fi shows. Now that she's on there, I even love it even more because she's like gorgeous. But besides that, I think it's a cool show. It's one of the shows besides Shield and Agent Carter that I look forward to watching every week.
I still say it to this day, like the last episode of that show,
Yeah.
Jim Gordon's gonna walk out of or he's gonna wake up and he's gonna have like a fucking full-on mustache, and they're like credits.
Yeah.
Like that's how the season's gonna end. Like,
Right.
here's my mustache, credits, and then we'll be back next year, folks. And I'll have a mustache now. Like I just don't know where that like show can go. And the other thing that weirds me out too is like, I feel like I don't know. I just don't. It just doesn't mesh with me. It feels super weird. I feel like I don't feel like Bruce Wayne. Like the way that I feel like he's shoehorned into that show. Like they're like, and back to the Bruce Wayne at like 10 seconds, and then we'll go back to our regularly scheduled program.
He's just kind of like an afterthought kind of thing.
Weird. Yeah, and like and this is another problem too. Like in the comic books, Jim Gordon was never even in Gotham until Bruce Wayne was essentially already Batman or
right?
becoming Batman. Yeah, so it's just like, why is he there?
Yeah.
And that's the Dark Knight's fault, or not the Dark Knight, but that's whatever, Batman Begins or Nolan's fault, because he did that. Like he essentially put Jim Gordon as always being a cop in Gotham, but no, that's in Batman Year One, which is my Batman origin story, the origin story I considered Batman's origin story because it's the first one I probably read.
Yeah.
Jim Gordon comes from another precinct, and he like kind of shows up at the same time
Right.
that Bruce Wayne comes back from all his like worldly travels and wants to become Batman. So it's this fact that like you're constructing a Batman story without Batman being there, and then you're setting up all these characters that like in the comic books, like the dichotomy always is like, if Batman wasn't here, would these villains exist? Do these villains exist because Batman's here? The show like totally takes that out of the water, and it's basically saying these villains are going to be here regardless of if Batman's here or not. So let's tell their story, and I don't know how I feel about that, because it kind of changes like the whole idea of Batman.
Yeah.
and the things he has to struggle with, and that's why he doesn't that's why he gets such flack for not killing them. He's like, I'm always gonna be the good guy, and they're always gonna be like, yeah, but like it's your fault that the Joker exists. Like if you were not here, the Joker wouldn't exist, and if you need to stop him.
Yeah.
And he's always like, I'm not gonna do it. So it's just, and once again, I'm talking too much. But yeah, that's my problem with the show. It just doesn't mesh well.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
According to Seth, it's poorly written, so regardless of whether it has Batman or not. So
Yeah, I straight up stopped watching it. I just can't. It's just not for me.
yeah,
Which is sad.
That's all right. It's cool. It's not for everybody. I just enjoy for watching the drama part of it.
Oh, but that Flash, man. That Flash is the show, straight up.
Which I still haven't seen a single episode of yet. So
they had a gorilla on the show, Will.
Yeah,
a gorilla.
I know.
Who walks and talks.
I will be finally getting Netflix like next month in order to prepare for all the Marvel stuff that's going to start coming on there. I will catch up with Flash when I do that. Or I will do my best to do that. Hopefully it's on there, isn't it?
No, I don't know. It will be probably. Yeah. Arrow's on there, so I'm sure the Flash will be on there too.
Yeah, Arrow, which I've never watched either, so I'll have to catch up on that too. But
yeah, those shows are both fantastic, much better than Gotham. But I love Flash, and the fact that they're gonna, like I said, have a walking, talking gorilla is insane.
Sounds exciting.
So yeah, that's it.
All right, cool. Well, it's 9:34, and I guess we've managed to talk for an hour. It's pretty exciting.
Oh my goodness, shocking. Hold on. Shocking.
Shocking. But anyways, my friend, why don't you take us out by plugging all our usual exciting stuff that we always plug about our site and whatnot.
I don't know. What about our site? I do want to plug something. The shameless Casey plug for a second.
Casey plug, go.
Everyone should go out and pick up Cosplay magazine. It will hit newsstands February. Oh, I want to say 18th, but
Nice.
I'm not sure that's right. No, 17th. February 17th.
Hmm.
Um, and it will feature an article by Mua about Deadpool and all the crazy cosplayers that like to do Deadpool and why he's such a popular character for cosplaying. And then on the tip of Harley Quinn, that's what my next article is going to be about. So I'll get to write a whole article about why everyone likes to cosplay as Harley Quinn. So be prepared for that, to hear the same discussion we just had. Um,
I'm
so make sure you guys are picking that up. You can find it at like wherever you can find magazines. I don't really know where, but I'm sure
wherever
they exist.
magazines are sold.
Wherever magazines are sold. So please pick that up because I want to keep writing for them, and for that to happen, people have to go buy the magazine. So please do that. Otherwise, you can find us at GWW Capes Crew on Twitter, where we do all of our chit-chatting and fan canoodling. You can find me at Bad Boys of Comics, and you should always be going to www.geekswithwives.com for all of your geeky needs, including everything from video games to comic books to cosplay. There's a new cosplay feature going up every week. We just had Greg Miller on our Greg Miller of IGN and funny, oh my god, kind of funny videos fame on our games podcast. We have a new Geeks on Screen entertainment podcast, which is hilarious, and those guys love to talk about movies and TV and mention stuff that we would never talk about on this show, like foreign movies and stuff like that. Way too high class for this show. Other than that, check us out for like reviews. All of our comic reviews are on Comic Book Roundup, so you can go there too. But make sure you guys are visiting Geeks Wives because there's something new there every week. Check out Piper's article on Evolve. Even though I think she's loving it now, she wasn't so hot on it at the beginning. But since she's not here, let's plug her article. But yeah, so just make sure you guys are going there and doing all that. And now I'm getting attacked by a child.
Awesome.
Okay, I think we're done.
Cool. Final thought before I sign us out. This Saturday is Valentine's Day. If you guys are doing anything extra geeky or you get anything extra geeky as a Valentine's gift, share it with us. Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what you got. If you have any cool like geeky Valentine's ideas. Now I'll put a disclaimer. You guys can tweet us whatever you want, but I get tired of hearing all the crap about Valentine's Day is a commercialized holiday, blah blah blah. Spare me all that crap, all right? If you're disgruntled because you don't have any to share with it, that's okay. I love you, okay? I wish you happy Valentine's Day. If you don't believe in it, cool, whatever. If you're a guy and your girlfriend says she doesn't care, it's a trap. Admiral Akbar would said best.
It's a trap.
Yes, it's a trap. Just get her a chocolate or something, okay? But if you got something cool to share with us, something funny you got cool geek ideas. I'm doing some actually cool geeky stuff, but I'm not going to share it in case my girlfriend's watching or listening. So I'll share it with you next week after it happens. But anyways, do something special for somebody you love, whether it be your girlfriend, your wife, your mom, your sister, your cat. Doesn't matter. Just spread some love. We need more love in the world, and that's all I'm going to say about today. As always, you can find me on Twitter at Darth Sparrow. And for the whole crew, me and Casey this week, we thank you for listening. And as always, we wish you the best. Happy Valentine's Day, and we'll catch you on the geek side.